Why would you pass the ball a lot in this game? Now look, I get on Jalen for not having a ton of passing touchdowns. This ain't a game for it. Don't give those two DEs opportunities at rushing the passer. Hour 2. National Football Show, bottom of the hour. You know what we'll do? We'll take a look at week 6 of the National Football League. And I think it's going to be a hell of a week. By the way, excuse me, great week in college football, too. Seals won't be happy if they win. He'll say, congrats, you beat a backup quarterback. How do you know what I'm going to say, Kyle? You watch. Now we got mind readers in here. Hey, I wish you could pick me lottery tickets. Okay, the only way Big Sills doesn't show up tomorrow for tomorrow's show is if I hit the lottery, because I promise you, if I hit the lottery, you think I never leave the Dan Cave? I'll get an island, move to it. You'll never see me again. Trust me. That's who I am. Okay? That's who I am, man. Hurts has the same 67.9% as Aaron Rodgers. You're comparing Hurts to Aaron Rodgers. Wow. Seals, Chiefs, or Bills. We'll talk about that, man. What a game that is. Dude, electric quarterbacks. Electric. Holy cow. I can't wait to watch that thing, man. Bama on upset alert. You think? Alabama. Watch this. Let me show you what team. Hey, Xander, I was talking to Xander about this. Okay, you ready? Hey, man. Hey, very cool, man. The throwback jersey. Very good. Thank you very much. I did retweet it. Hey, so this is what Bama does with Tennessee. Tennessee's like this now, this weekend. Oh, my God, it's Bama. They're rolling into Neyland Stadium. Here's Alabama. You mean another big game? Hey, Xander, watch this. Yeah, we're in another big game. That's why I tell you guys, 5-0. This is how Bama would act at 5-0. Rat poison. 5-0. Bama would look at 5-0 and go like this. Do you know when you're a great football team, you don't even know what your record is? When I played at Miami and I lost one game in 3 years, and you didn't even know what your record was sometimes. You were just killing teams every weekend. Didn't matter. You weren't going to beat us. You just weren't going to beat us. That's what good teams do. They don't do this. Did you see that performance against the Lions? Did you see that performance against, seriously, against the Commanders? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Hey, really, act like you're a champion here, man. So again, bottom of the hour, we'll take a look at week 6 of the NFL. Some really great games. How would you attack the Cowboy if you are, and we'll do it vice versa too. If you're the Eagles, how would you attack the Cowboy defense? What would you do? How would you go after them? Okay. Let's see. JM goes, how did that attitude work out against Penn State? Well, here, let me see. Which one of the national championship rings do you want to talk about? Any one of the national championship trophies. And remember something, when you beat us, it was a highlight of your life. It was like dating a model. Yeah. It was like dating a model. Wow. Giselle tweeted me. Joshua says, play action. Swing Dickerson out and let him hit Parsons all night. Which model? Giselle. Wait, I shouldn't say that, man. Not very cool, right? Guy's going through issues. Not good. Here's how I would do it. If I'm the Eagles, man, hey, why would you pass the ball a lot in this game? Now, look, I get on Jalen for not having a ton of passing touchdowns. This ain't a game for it. Don't give those two DEs opportunities at rushing the passer. You got to be third and short against this Cowboy defense. They're going to be active, and they move around a lot. Let me tell you what they do on that defensive side of the ball. Dan Quinn's notorious for this. There's going to be a lot of run stunts. Which means they're going to gamble. Which means they're going to gamble a lot. Okay? They're going to gamble. You're going to get them where everybody's blitzing, and you're going to get a Miles Sanders 25-yard breakaway run, something like that. Just keep pounding it. Keep pounding it. Why would you do this? Why would you drop back 30 times in a game like this? Unless you're behind. Then you're in trouble. If you're behind and you got to throw the ball 30 times against Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, you're in trouble. You'll be in trouble. Okay? Because that feeds into the strength of that defense. I don't really think the super strength of that defense is stopping the run. And the strength of the O-line, now nicked up, okay, is the running game. And get this, you want to hear something too? And I know this is not going to be conventional. This is why the problem that I had with running the ball last week so many times, I wanted to have Jalen run the ball that many times against Dallas this week. Okay? Not last week. Kyler Murray ran the ball 4 times. That's kind of what you need to do on a normal basis. Not 15 times. But against Dallas, Dallas is not great against the run. You can get them because what do they want to do? They want to pin their ears and rush the passer. That's what they are and who they are. We'll take advantage of that aggressiveness. See, Dan Quinn is aggressive, right? We all agree. Dan Quinn's aggressive. Take advantage of it. Counter trays, jet sweeps, guys over pursuing. What's the one thing when you watch? Remember something. Go back and watch some YouTube on Lawrence and Michael Parsons. What's the one thing they do? They don't get as deep as the ball. When the play goes away, they come down the line of scrimmage, more so when they're flat. The key on playing against run teams that know how to do counter trays, that's one thing Kyle Shanahan does in San Francisco so well with Deebo Samuel, is that they run that counter tray and they run them jet sweeps because over pursuing and over aggressive defensive coordinators, they take advantage of that. Kyle's pretty smart on that. You can't just look at the players. You got to look at the coordinator here. And as much as we get on Jonathan Gannon is more of an underneath guy. He's not going to put his defense in a position. Dan Quinn will. Dan Quinn will put himself, draw plays are great, Ron. Against an aggressive team that likes to run the rush the passer, draw plays in middle screens, jet sweeps, counter trays, all that shit's great against a defense like that. And the Eagles are built for that. Dude, turn it into a slugfest. And then what you're doing is this. What's the most important thing with that style? You're making Cooper Rush beat you. Cooper Rush can't beat Philly. He cannot beat Philly. But that team can. That team can beat Philly. If everything falls right for them, they can. And poor coordinating by Gannon and Steichen, all of that. Coaching is going to be an essential part of this thing here. It's a chess match. Use their aggressiveness. If I'm sitting in a team meeting with the coaches, I'm sitting here and I'm going to go like this. I think we should take advantage of Dan Quinn's aggressiveness. How many times have we seen that kid Diggs get beat because he's out of position? Okay? Because he's out of position. We see that guy get beat all the time. But then he'll come up with turnovers. What is the 2 things that the Cowboys are doing this year that win ball games? Turnovers and sacks. Turnovers and sacks. Turnovers in the passing game, sacks in the passing game. That's how they're winning ball games. Easy. Cooper Rush had 16 attempts last week. That's not a remedy to beat anybody. You're not beating the Philadelphia Eagles at home with 16 passing attempts. It's not happening. You can run off the scoreboard. You can run off the scoreboard. Philly put 25 on you, and then get this. Philly put 25, 26 points on you. Have that in the second quarter, game's over. Game's over because Rush will not be able to come back and win. He's not going to lead a comeback against the Eagles at Lincoln Financial on Sunday night. No way. They got to get a lead. They got to get a lead on them. Okay? And if I'm the Cowboys, dude, number one priority for me against that Eagle defense, I've got to be third and short every single series. And every series, I've got to get field position. I can't give field position up to Jalen. Jalen's ability on 3rd and 8 is the best, second best in the league to Lamar. On 3rd and 8, there's no 3rd and 8 safe with him or Lamar. There's just not. And you don't really have a defender that can defend him on 3rd and 8. And he's not throwing the ball. The shit he does by breaking down those defenses when he takes off, dude, he's really good at it. Okay? Every time the Eagles this year have been in 3rd and long, and I sit there and I go like this, there's no way they're not going to get this. I can't tell you how many times on 3rd and 8 I went, Jalen's getting this. 3rd and 12s he gets. He gets them with his wheels. He does. And guess what that does too? It limits turnovers. Here's the one thing that I'll give you on what this unique offense is. Okay? This is the one thing that this offense gives you and what you're going to benefit the most from. When Jalen Hurts runs the way he runs like this, especially on 3rd down, the chances of you having a turnover are limited compared to a passer who's a drop back guy on 3rd and 12. It's like a dunk shot versus a jump shot in basketball. The jumper is a low percentage shot. What would you rather have? That's why I always tell people, 2 minutes left in a ball game. You want Jordan from the perimeter, or do you want Jabbar on the box at 85%? He ain't missing that dunk or sky hook. And if you put him on the free throw line, he's an 87% free throw shooter. You're not beating Jabbar with 2 minutes in his prime. You're not. He's 2 feet to the basket versus 20 feet. What do you think is a higher percentage shot? When a guy runs the ball versus throwing the ball on 3rd and 8, who do you think has a better percentage of not turning it over? The running quarterback. That's what's really been an essential part of the 5-0 record. Look at the limited turnovers they have. The Eagles have to be one of the best teams in turnover ratio. That's what's winning for them. It's not the numbers to AJ or the rest of this shit. They don't turn the ball over because they run it. And they run it mostly on 3rd down. His ability to pick it up, okay? His ability to pick that 3rd down up has been a key, okay? You act like he never passes on 3rd down. Dude, he makes more critical plays on 3rd down with his wheels than with his passing. It's a fact. Watch the game. My God almighty, you're so blind to what I say because you want this guy to be Josh Allen. He's never going to be that guy. He's never going to be Patrick Mahomes. But that doesn't mean he's not going to win his style. Okay? There's just not a high ceiling for running quarterbacks. Never has been in 103 years of the league. Okay? Dallas is going to struggle, in my opinion, stopping him when he takes off on 3rd and long. Every team this year has struggled with Jalen Hurts taking off. Okay? Tom, I don't think there's no reason for 2 picks. Why would Jalen? Now, again, Tom, the Cowboys gamble a lot. They may come up and jump routes on him. But Jalen may also have 2 touchdown passes in this game. It wouldn't shock me to see Jalen with 2 TD passes and 2 picks. Okay? Depending on what the score is and where they are in the game. Okay? Dank goes, I agree on this one, Sills. He has the ability to pass on third down for sure. But he is so dangerous, Dank. Dank, and I'm not saying he can't pass on third down. That's not what I'm saying. JM's just an idiot. Okay? You're totally right. He's gotten better at every single sequence in the series. First down, second down, third down. I've never said he hasn't gotten better. He totally has. Okay? But what makes him a weapon and what makes him better than what he was, he has field presence. Look at how he outplayed Kyler Murray last week. John McMullen says that he thinks that Jalen Hurts will never be Kyler Murray. I don't want Kyler Murray. I'll take Jalen all night. He thinks himself around the field better. Nobody slides a yard before the 4th down, not knowing where you are in the field. Hurts would never do that. Hurts would have won that game if he was a quarterback for the Cardinals, because he would have known where he was on the field. Jalen has got way more better of pocket presence, sense of down a distance where he is than Kyler Murray ever will. Kyler Murray is a schoolyard football player, and you don't really draw plays up for him. You want to know something else? All those quarterbacks that come out of Oklahoma with Lincoln Riley, that's how they play. They play schoolyard football. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Caleb Williams. Watch him play at Southern Cal the way he plays. That guy is not going to be a pro football quarterback. He'll get the hype because he has Southern Cal. He's another schoolyard guy that doesn't play within a system. Caleb Williams is not a good quarterback for the next level. He's not. I don't care what they say. All these Lincoln Riley quarterbacks, dude, if you have a structured system for them, they fail. They fail. Baker Mayfield's the greatest example. Kyler Murray doesn't know where he is half the time on the field. But Jalen, okay, remember something. Jalen was schooled actually under the umbrella of Alabama, and then he took his game and he played inside of Lincoln Riley's game plan. By the way, wasn't he a runner-up to the Heisman, and didn't he get to the Final Four? Didn't he take that Oklahoma team to like the semifinals? Jalen has great awareness. He does, man. And that his best, I would say this, Rage, his best is clearly when he's on third down and long. Okay? And he limits the turnovers. Hey, could somebody do me a favor? Okay? Can somebody do me a favor? How many turnovers totally does the offense have with Philly this year? I'd like to know that number. I'd like to know. That one stupid tipped interception, I hate that. I hate how that goes against the quarterback. He should have one less INT. It was a tipped or something, I remember. How many turnovers do the Eagles have this year? It can't be high. They've got to be leading the league in that. They've got 2 turnovers? Shit. Does Sanders have any fumbles lost? I mean, 3 to 4 turnovers? Man. That's great. That's why they look great. The no fumbles for Sanders. Get this, guys. This is the one thing here in why they're so productive on offense. Because they limit the opportunity. Look at that here. Guys, thank you. Hey, dude, 2, 3, +9 to ratio. Ron, exceptional. Look at the way they ran the Cardinals off the clock and out of the stadium in that last drive. They didn't really throw the ball. They ran the clock down, some limited passes. They limit their chances at high percentage plays on turnovers. You don't see a lot of – you know what? Can I tell you this? And I probably should be fair to it. Why do you think Jalen Hurts doesn't have a lot of touchdown passes? Because they don't try for him. They're not asking him to do that. That's not what they're doing. The Quez Watkins play sticks out in my mind with him running down the seam in the Vikings game, right? They're not asking him for a lot of plus 25 plays. That's not what they're doing. A lot of slants, a lot of turn-ins, right? A lot of wheel routes, shit like that. 15-yard ins, outs, trying to find the loose space, in the secondary. They're not looking for plus 25 plays. They're not. That's not how they're throwing. By the way, guess who does that too? The guy in Tampa made a living doing that. You don't really see a lot of plus 25 throws from Brady. You never have. 1 year or 2 years with Moss when he had him in New England. Most of the time, it's dink and dunk. It's to Fournette. It's to a tight end, which he's massively missing Gronkowski this year. And it's slant patterns. He'll throw a couple down the field because Mike Evans is a really good wideout. Okay? But you're not going to see a lot of plus 25 throws. You're just not. That's not. And JM, you're right. That's why they won the Super Bowl, JM, is because remember the one thing that Bruce Arians' motto was? No risk it, no biscuit. Dude, that's not how you win Super Bowls. Brady's got the formula. Tight end, slants, seams, slots, backs. He's made a career out of that. Why wouldn't you? They are in Philly. There's no reason to throw. Plus, that's why Quez is quiet this year. You don't see a lot of plus 25 plays. Like I said, the one that sticks out the most to me is the one that they threw in the Vikings game to him. Wide open. Wide open. Okay? That's not who they are, though. But doesn't matter. Brady's not that guy. Brady's not that. He's not that guy either. So you, Brady, Rodgers does that, and I don't think Aaron does that because he has low turnovers in his career. You look at all the great quarterbacks, they're not whipping the ball down the field 25 yards, 30 yards. They may throw 2 shots at it. You want to know something too? This is why I think Josh Allen's offense with Ken Dorsey, I think it's got a lot of risk to it because they do throw plus 25. And you do see, watch this. How many times have you seen a Josh Allen line like this? 356 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 picks. He has a lot of picks because it's a high turnover offense. Well, you better have a quarterback like Josh Allen who can throw you out of trouble. Because if you don't, you're in huge trouble. That's how the Eagles are playing. It's a really smart system. And it fits Hurts great because you know why? Hurts is a savant. What I love to say about quarterbacks and the guys who are the best are the smartest guys on the field that can process the information. And that's totally what's happening here. Okay? This is clearly a really great system here. Really love it. Perry goes, my wife had to slap my face and stop me from crying. I was worried about the Eagles' health. Hey, Perry, you know the number one remedy for injuries? Perry, tell your wife this. You know all the injuries that you have in your O-line? Watch this. Perry, can I have the Dallas Cowboy Ben Gay? Here's the Dallas Cowboy Ben Gay. Oh, gee, that arm feels great. Hey, wait. A little more, Perry. A little more Cowboy Ben Gay, please. Wow. Look at that thing. Holy shit, man. Look at the shoulder. How come the shoulder? Look at this. A little more Cowboy Ben Gay. Oh, my God. Mulata, my shoulder feels great. What happened? That's Cowboy Bengay. You just put that Cowboy Bengay on? All them pains go away, man. Yeah. Bro, no one's hurt this week. Hey, no one's hurt. All you got to do is put the Cowboy Bengay on. Who's active? I am. You got a broken leg. It healed. Yeah, a guy came in. Some cowboy guy came in and he did like a seance on my knee. Ready to rock, man. I'll run a 4.8 right now. Dude, it's Cowboy week. All right. I got a bye on the other side too. Shit. I'll go out there with a broken hand. You kidding me? That's why they may play Dak. I don't know if do they have the bye with the Eagles after this too? Do the Cowboys have a bye after this? Does everybody in the NFC East have a bye after this? Because if that's me, man, I may play Dak. Hey, this is another thing here too. No, they don't? Okay. Here's something to think about here. Don't get caught off guard if they put Dak in there. Don't get caught off guard. Worry about your own shit. Just worry about, hey, okay? Don't get caught off guard here because they're pretty likely to put, I would not be surprised if Dak starts. That gives them the best chance of beating you. Not Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush? Dude, people like Skip Bayless are blowing this guy up to make him look like he's doing things that Nick Foles did. He's not that guy. He's Cooper Rush for a reason. He's Cooper Rush. Okay? He's not Dak. Dak's better. Plain and simple. Dak Prescott gives you a better chance of winning a ball game than Cooper Rush. It's always the backup quarterback who always gets a lot of love. How many people in Philly want to see Gardner Minshew play? You know, I kidded with you guys. I don't. Gardner Minshew's a backup for a reason. Okay? Could he start in the NFL in some teams with some of these crappy quarterbacks? Absolutely. That don't make him a star. I mean, right? David Mills is a good player, but he's a backup starting in Houston. He's a backup. There are crappy teams. Okay? Crappy teams have backup starting quarterbacks right now. Dak is trash. Well, then why don't you beat him? Be nice if you could beat him. He's owned the NFC East. You say he's trash. Well, he's beating the pants off you guys. Yeah, Josh Allen has thrown 19 picks. Josh Allen has a high-risk offense. The Eagles do not. They don't play that way. Philly's not going to turn the ball over. They're just not going to. And that's a hard team to beat. If you're looking for turnovers against the Eagles, you're going to have a long day because they protect that football. Jalen has made that a number one priority. Let me tell you, man, you could be the best quarterback. Another flaw in Wentz's game. Bro, I don't know what's happened. That guy has no hand strength. He can't hang on to a football to save his life. He is a turnover machine. Like I said, you look at his numbers. He's got pretty fair numbers and respectable numbers. But his bad plays are too much to overcome. And his turnovers, he's a turnover machine. You cannot win in this league with turnovers. And the Eagles know this. This is why they don't play high risk. The Eagles do not play high risk offense. They haven't played high risk offense in any game this year, and they're not going to because they don't have to. Dude, when you're a dominant run team, you're dressed. The passing game with A.J. Brown this year has dressed up the run game. There's nothing wrong with that. Here, in a game like playing against the Chiefs this year, Patrick Mahomes is going to turn the ball over against Philly. The Eagles won't. And that's what makes that game close. Okay? Do you know why Bills and Chiefs this weekend will be a high-scoring game? Because between the two quarterbacks, there will be 4 turnovers. You know why the game on Sunday will probably be low scoring? Because those football teams don't take big risks throwing it down the field. And you won't see any turnovers. Be something like 24-20, 24-17, 28-27, some shit like that. It's going to be close. Okay? Here, if you get a lead on the Cowboys will panic. Because Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore, I think they panic when they're behind. A lot of coaches panic. Okay? Look at Maniac, 41-40. Because there's going to be turnovers in that game. There's just going to be turnovers. So again, here if I'm now the Eagle defense going against the Cowboy offense, what do you have to do? Don't let them run the ball. Get a ton of 3-and-outs. You cannot surrender first down. For the Eagles to own the Cowboys in this game, you've got to win first down. I don't care throwing, running, 2nd and 10, 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7. When you win first down like that, you bring the lower percentage of plays that Cooper Rush is comfortable playing in. Now, that's expanded now because he's played a bunch of games. That's actually expanded. Okay? So they're probably adding more plays each week to his arsenal and to his game plan. You see, you got to remember something on the Cowboys, what they're doing with their backup quarterback. It's not about what's successful against Dallas. It's what Cooper Rush feels comfortable doing right now. Well, because he's played 5 games, they're now expanding that. Well, this would work, we think, against the Eagles. Let's try this too. See, before you had to get the guy comfortable, first and foremost, on taking snaps in a regular season. Then you had to figure out what plays worked. Then you had to figure out what wide receiver works best. Hey, there's a better dynamic between CeeDee Lamb and Rush than there is between CeeDee Lamb and Dak. Dak tries to spread the ball out. That's why. Rush is, I get on Jalen Hurts for being a one-read quarterback. This guy's a one wide receiver guy too. He's not looking around the room. This guy doesn't have that time to look around the room. In Philly, Jalen's got the time to look around the room. He also has what other dynamic? He could take off. Okay? Dallas got to play almost a flawless football game. They've almost got to play a flawless game to beat Philly, in my opinion. And they're capable. I thought they really played hard and well against the Rams. Now, Rams O-line it's just not very good. It's just not very good. And I don't really think they have a lot of playmakers. That Allen Robinson move, as much as we give Kevin Demoff and Les Snead love for how they built the Ram football team, that Allen Robinson trade has been an absolute bomb. And Odell Beckham's value goes up every single week. Every week. He'll make Allen Robinson better once he joins the team, but it might be too late. Then again, it's the NFC. Okay? Beat says, does the read option system preclude to one-read quarterback? Honest question. I think so. I think the RPO does. I think the RPO does go down that line, and why it's not a progression style offense. That's not when you see a 7-step or a 5-step drop, you're going to be able to process the information and more, and you're going to see it because most of the time you're in shotgun. And to answer your question too, remember something in the RPO. Beats, remember something in the RPO. You're taking that mostly from the center. You're not in shotgun for that. So you've got to get down the line of scrimmage. You're not going to have a 10-read or a 3-read guy in an RPO system. It's going to be more one read because he's got to read the end. There's going to be a guy open, and he's got to figure out whether to hand it off, take it, throw it. So it's a built-in 3-person read. That's what the RPO is.